Yo, Kipper Guy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today I've taken my Bowers & Wilkins 606 S2's, the 600 series bookshelf speakers, and I moved them from my 2-channel setup at my desk to my main listening system in my living room. And so I've had these for a while, maybe a couple months, and originally I did a video and told you guys that I purchased these from Best Buy. They were an open box item for about $809. And so I purchased them, and I wanted to use them as my 2-channel setup at my desk. Now, not a lot of people, if anybody at all, are gonna buy these particular Bowers & Wilkins to use as a near field system. But I did, and most of the time I play video games, which again, most people aren't gonna buy these speakers to play video games on, but I do oftentimes listen to 2-channel music as well when I don't wanna fire up the entire system. And they've sounded absolutely incredible. I'll link the video to the original review of these speakers in the description down below or at the card above so you guys can take a look at that video. But today I took them off my desk and I put them in my main system, and we're gonna listen to them in their natural habitat where most of you guys would put them if you were to buy these speakers. So if you're new to the channel or not aware of what I'm using, I have an Anthem AVM70 preprocessor as well as a Monoprice Monolith 7 200 watt amplifier as well that will be powering these speakers. So in this video, I'm gonna sit down and listen to a few different movie demos and see how they sound to me. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with music, sit down and listen to how they sound with music, because I have not heard them in my normal setup before until right now live on this video. So we're gonna do that together. I know in my original video, a lot of comments were telling me, oh, these speakers sound harsh, a little bright, so on and so forth. I haven't really had that experience in my setup on my desk, but I'm gonna put them more in their natural element and see how they sound, and we'll talk about it at the end of the video. So enjoy.
First to the key.
First to the A. Promised Atlanta I'd protect him. This isn't a competition. It's an execution.
all I can really say is it's such an incredible sound that comes from such a small bookshelf. These aren't very big, maybe bigger than some of the other competition, but it's a bookshelf speaker, so it's a very small footprint, and you can only expect so much, but it exceeded my expectations. Even after listening to it on my desk for a couple of months now, it just opens up and sounds so much more lively when you put it in its normal application. And I knew that would happen because they're not meant to be near field, but surprisingly they sound almost as good near field as they do from a normal application. I did 2 movie demos. I did Ready Player One as the first one, active bass, quick bass, a lot of cars, a lot of grenades, bombs, explosives, very quick bass that allows the driver to move fast. And it, of course, being a bookshelf, a small 6.5-inch driver, I believe, it's going to be able to keep up with those quick bass responses. And it sounds really good. The second movie was Aquaman. There was a fighting scene. I actually haven't seen that movie, but I did pull up that scene, and it has a lot of deeper bass. It's not as fast and punchy as Ready Player One, but it is a little bit deeper and a little more explosive and a little more on the bottom end of things. And this allowed me to see how deep can these play and how much bass can they handle without being overwhelmed. And I had the volume pretty high, probably where I would have it for a normal movie application, and my subwoofer was off completely. It was just full range coming out of the Bowers & Wilkins. I don't recommend doing that, but I had it full range. I was careful, and it did really good. Really deep bass, surprisingly. Now, you could see the driver moving, but there wasn't anything audible, and that's because they're not meant to be loaded up with a whole bunch of low bass, maybe mid bass, and then maybe around the 40-45 hertz region. I would kind of cut them off there. But they did pretty well. They kept up. It didn't sound like they were straining at any point. They're very good for a full bookshelf system. If you're somebody who wants a small footprint and you like the appeal of bookshelves as your main speakers, these did very well with it. Again, there was no audible issues, no motor noise, no port chuffing. None of that was present in the sound demos at all. And then even when I was near field up close with it, it was still a clean movement, clean driver, clean sound, clean bass. And then the treble, the upper end. This is one of the things that I kind of highlighted in the original review is this tweeter. It sounds very good. It's probably close to the Canton's tweeter. Not completely close, but I do like this one. A lot of people said that it's harsh, and I didn't find that even in today's demo. I didn't find it to be harsh or fatiguing at all. And you gotta remember, guys, you can EQ these things. If you find a speaker that sounds harsh or sounds muffled, you can go in and attempt to correct it. So don't be afraid to do that. With the settings that I have, I didn't change anything compared to what I had it with my Cantons, and it sounds really good. There are a few tweaks that I would make if this was my main speaker, but otherwise it sounded very, very nice. So it was very good for movies. So if you're looking for these as your main speakers, or maybe your surround sounds, whatever, they sound very good. Now, getting into the music tracks, I use a non-copyright song so that you guys could hear it. Unfortunately, I can't do any critical listening in a video because the copyright will be, it's a thing. So I had to use non-copyrighted music, but still gave me a great idea of what these things are capable of. Now remember, these are my main hi-fi speakers on my desk, so I do listen to a lot of music, so I already had a pretty good idea of what they could do. Bringing them into a little more open space, listening to them from a farther distance, really opened up the soundstage, made things a lot more lively, made it filled the air a lot more, had a fluffy, airy sound to it. It sounded great, just like I thought that it would. Being a Bowers & Wilkins speaker, you're not gonna find a bad speaker from them. They just don't make a bad speaker. They make an excellent speaker no matter what you choose. And this is one of those examples here. Sounded really good, able to handle a lot of bass, able to be turned up quite loud. Again, powered with 200 watts. These are not rated for 200 watts, but they handle a pretty good amount of power and they play pretty loud. And so I'm very happy with these. It was a nice purchase from Best Buy for me. I'm very happy that I had them. I hesitated because do I really need to spend $900 on a speaker like this for my desk? Probably not, but I did, and I enjoyed it. Plus, I wanted to review them for you guys because I haven't ever had a Bowers & Wilkins speaker in my home theater ever until now. So it was a nice change of pace. But leave me a comment down below and let me know, have you heard of any Bowers & Wilkins speakers? Have you personally heard any Bowers & Wilkins speakers? What were they and what did you think about them? Leave me a comment down below because I'm definitely curious since I haven't heard any more speakers from them. Let me know that comment, hit that like button, and subscribe if you are not already. We will see you in the next video. Kick Bass Guy out. Peace.